Big shakeup in NASA's Artemis program. After years of planning, NASA has reportedly told the space community that it may reopen the contract for the lunar lander that will take astronauts to the moon for Artemis 3. That move could bring Blue Origin, yes, Jeff Bezos' company, right back into the center of the race to return humans to the lunar surface. Today on Space Unleashed, we'll break down what's changing, why NASA is looking beyond SpaceX's Starship, and what Blue Origin's Blue Moon lander could mean for astronauts and the future of lunar exploration. Here's the short version. SpaceX originally won NASA's Human Landing System contract for Artemis, using its Starship-based lander to carry astronauts from lunar orbit down to the surface. But as development continued, Starship faced delays and certification challenges. Because of that, NASA has decided to open competition again, inviting companies like Blue Origin to present updated designs or alternative solutions that could help keep the Artemis schedule on track. At the same time, NASA already trusted Blue Origin with another major task, delivering the Viper rover to the moon. That robotic mission shows NASA's confidence in Blue Origin's cargo capabilities and its growing experience in lunar operations. To understand this change, we need to go back to 2021. NASA awarded SpaceX the Human Landing System contract for Artemis, using its Starship-based lander to carry astronauts from lunar orbit down to the surface. But as development continued, Starship faced delays and certification challenges. Because of that, NASA has decided to open competition again, inviting companies like Blue Origin to present updated designs or alternative solutions that could help keep the Artemis schedule on track. At the same time, NASA already trusted Blue Origin with another major task, delivering the Viper rover to the moon. That robotic mission shows NASA's confidence in Blue Origin's cargo capabilities and its growing experience in lunar operations. So why is NASA looking again at Blue Origin now? There are three main reasons: schedule risk, certification and safety, and strategic redundancy. First, schedule risk. Starship needs to complete multiple test flights, demonstrate orbital refueling, and pass NASA's safety reviews. Any delay pushes back Artemis 3's launch window. Second, certification and safety. NASA must ensure astronauts can land and return safely under all conditions. Adding an alternate system adds flexibility. And third, redundancy. Competition keeps innovation alive and prevents a single-point failure. With China and other nations accelerating their lunar efforts, NASA wants to maintain leadership and avoid depending entirely on one company. Reopening competition reduces risk, but it also complicates contracts and timelines, a delicate balance NASA must manage. If Blue Origin were selected for a crewed lander role, what would change? Their development approach is incremental. Start with cargo flights, then scale up to crewed missions. That step-by-step process could reduce technical risk and allow NASA to test hardware earlier. Blue Moon's smaller size compared to Starship could reshape how lunar missions are planned, perhaps more frequent, shorter stays on the surface, or modular deliveries of supplies and infrastructure. Blue Origin already has momentum in hardware production and a growing supply chain through its existing NASA partnerships. That gives it credibility and a head start in NASA's risk assessment process. However, there are trade-offs. SpaceX's Starship, with its enormous payload capacity, offers the potential for longer missions, larger surface bases, and more scientific instruments per flight. Replacing or supplementing Starship with Blue Moon could limit those early surface capabilities. A smaller lander means more missions or more logistics to achieve the same objectives. And, politically, the move could stir debate in Congress. NASA's budget oversight committees will question the cost, efficiency, and need for a second provider. So NASA must weigh two competing goals: keeping Artemis 3 on schedule versus maximizing the long-term potential of a larger, more capable system like Starship. In the coming months, NASA will likely issue new requests for proposals and open technical discussions with aerospace companies. Blue Origin, SpaceX, and possibly others will submit updated designs to meet NASA's safety and mission criteria. For SpaceX, The priority is clear: prove Starship's readiness and reliability. For Blue Origin, the focus is on demonstrating that Blue Moon can safely and efficiently land payloads and, eventually humans, on the Moon. Whichever path NASA chooses, these next steps will shape not only Artemis 3, but also the future of how humanity builds its first permanent foothold beyond Earth. This decision is more than just another contract. It's about how humanity returns to the Moon, the technology that takes us there, how long we stay, and which companies shape that future. A Blue Origin selection could mean a slower but steadier route, emphasizing sustainability and modular development. A continued SpaceX-only approach could push innovation faster, but with higher risk. For space fans, scientists, and taxpayers, it's a defining moment. What NASA decides will determine who leads the next era of exploration and how soon we see humans walking on the Moon again. NASA's lunar future is entering another exciting chapter, and the competition is heating up. So what do you think? Should NASA bring Blue Origin into Artemis 3 or keep its trust in SpaceX alone? Share your thoughts below, hit like if you enjoyed the breakdown, and subscribe to Space Unless for more weekly updates from the Moon, Mars, and beyond.